Hello everyone, this is Sharon Weller coming live from Perth, Australia here. Welcome to my live broadcast today. I think we're going to have a good afternoon. My topic today is Hello from the Other Side. And there's a couple of points that why I chose that title. Nearly everybody will associate that name with that song from Adele on her Hello album. Now, I just want to talk about Adele for a moment. She's absolutely got nothing to do with TBC, but in principle, she has everything. She is what I would call a powerhouse because of her voice. It's the kind of voice that you can, without moving, but you can throw out there. I mean, as a singer, she can do it. So she's got one of those really, really unique voices. When she came to Perth, Australia, she sold out a year before she actually did the concert. That's how powerful this woman is. Every song that she sings is going to be a hit worldwide. She has won so many Grammy records. It's quite fascinating to listen to her voice. She's got one of those unique voices. Not many entertainers has that powerhouse of a voice. And as soon as, if she's going to be touring your country, as soon as the tickets come online, bang, you can guarantee they're sold that day, possibly within a few hours of them going live. Hi, Joe. Thanks for joining me. I know we're going to get to stage 2 of our earlier discussion. So getting back to Adele, here's a woman with the most powerful voices in the world, and she has proven that by winning Grammys after Grammys after Grammys when she goes to those shows, attending those shows. So it is her voice that is the most powerful thing about her. And she's got what I would call quite a unique persona as well. She's one of those what I would call real woman. There's no ifs, ands or buts about her. The entertainers of yesteryear, they were pure entertainers. The entertainers of today are showmans. They're putting on a show. So what do these showmans have in common with TBC? Absolutely nothing. But I will say, except for Adele, because that woman knows how to fill a house before she even gets on the stage. Which brings me back to the TBC coin. It is filling the house before it has actually hit the stage. If you know what I mean, you can see the passage that it's going down. It's totally unique. It's not like any other. There's never been another coin like the TBC coin introduced to the world. When you think about it, from the time that peer-to-peer trading existed, in those days it was barter trading, because it was definitely a one-on-one system back in the day. I think I knew I should have put this down. I didn't think I would talk about it, but I'm talking about it. I knew that during the time when barter trading was created, and it went back in the day, right back in the day, before, during the early stages of when captains and their crews would circumnavigate the world. It was even before that bartering started. And they possibly, I'm going to share my screen right now, because I wanted to bring up something to do with when the coin was created. So I'm going to open a new screen. And I had it up here this morning, and I knew I should have taken when was currency created. Now, I don't want the actual currency. I want the history. I don't want to dwell into too much of, of the facts. But I wanted to show you this. Now, at the time, okay. So it started around 9000 BC, if we follow the history of trading. Early man would barter goods they had in surplus for ones they lacked. And that's fine. I mean, wheat for cows, etc. And that was introduced in 1900 BC. But 600 BC, the first official currency was minted by King Alyats of Lydia in modern-day Turkey. 600 BC. Wow. That's quite an achievement back then. Hello, Tio Kutai and Michael Elo. So anyway, getting back to 600 BC. Now that's when the official currency was minted by King Alyats of Lydia. Today is known as Turkey. In China, people started using small replicas of goods cast from bronze. Because China had a lot of metal back in those days, because they were building. They were building their fortresses, they were building their temples, like every other country, like Egypt. But China was more into construction, unlike Egypt was more into the pyramids and the landscape of construction, constructing villages. So I'm just going to tap on this. I'm not going to go too deep. The florin, a gold coin minted in Florence, of course. So there we go. 1250 was the first gold coin, if we believe this this post on the currency of money. Then Marco Polo introduced in China the idea of paper money. That was in 1290. Come forward in 1661. Paper money didn't catch on too well around the world. It wasn't until the first bank notes were being printed in Sweden, and then you possibly had well, usually it would have been someone's head on that note. It usually is, which made paper money back in the day would have just been a note until it became official looking, and then it would have grasped on by every country in Europe, I would say. In 1860, Western Union spearheaded the first electronic fund, and that would have been the wireless transfer. 1946, John Biggins invented the Charge It card. Well, 1946, Charge It card. Then in 1999, European banks began offering mobile banking. Now, remember, the telephones back then was pretty limited as to what you could do on a mobile back then. I know my first mobile was the brick, and that was really, really primitive. I remember that brick. Oh my God. 2008, contactless payment cards were issued in the UK for the first time, and 2014, with a constant demand for ways to ensure business can trade easily, new innovation are constantly being introduced and refined. And they would have to do that because people demand service. Technology over the last 20 years have gotten to the stage where, yes, everything is now. I want it now. We are in this situation. We're in this society situation. It's got 1,000 words, but they all have the same meaning. If we don't get it now, are we going to get all uglier over it? I don't think so. Technology has evolved to such a point that even people haven't caught up with the technology so fast. And why won't people catch up to it? Because the technology can't reach the people. Every city in the world is based on the outskirts of the country, close to the shoreline. Australia, 80% of the country is barren because the cities are all on the outskirts of the country, the shoreline, close to the water. Now, you got villages, or you got little towns in Australia. We'll take Australia for instance. You've got little towns that are there's pockets of towns that are spread all throughout Australia that cannot access internet. Oh yeah, we have all the promises under the sun. The big, these big Telstra companies. You got Telstra, you got Optus, you've got, well, Telstra really, because they play monopoly over everybody else. So can their system reach these isolated towns? The answer is no, they can't. The town has to have a population of X amount of thousand. And I think it was before they will bring a tower in. Now, when I was in Kalgoorlie's got a township of 40,000, but they have a mining town. So at its peak, it doubles in size. But since 2008, that town has slowly dwindled back to between 30, 40. Now, like I said, Hello from the Other Side, sung by Adele. She is a powerhouse. We know when money was created. Going forward, paper money will disappear. I can promise you that. Credit cards. Well, if you don't have paper money, what's the point in having a credit card? So they'll disappear. But there will be another card replaced. Now, remember there's something else coming up in the future. We've heard it, we've seen it on TV. Everybody knows what it is. And nobody wants to know when it's going to come, how it's going to affect us. I think I've already done a video on that, but so I'll leave that one there. If you don't know what I mean, it's called the chip. Now, I'm not going to say any more on that. I'm getting back to money. So this is the evolution of money right here, 2014. 4 years later, there's new cryptocurrency has come along. It was just 2008? No, it came out in 2009. So it missed this. But here is its little logo down here. So I'm going to stop sharing that now. Now, so after that, cryptocurrency, and it hit boom time 2017 December, and it reached 27,000. We've had pockets of little cryptocurrencies been introduced since early 2017 till now. But with the way the market is, it fluctuates. There's highs and lows, and then low, 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 and then disappears. And I can't imagine how many people have lost money. But here's the thing. You've always got to spend money to find the one. I know I have spent a lot. I hope my husband isn't hearing this. It's an awful amount. So we have TBC. It is a powerhouse coin, except the people do not know about it. We have 3,200,000 plus members, and that's a huge number. When you take that into comparison to the other cryptocurrency coins. Why? Because when you got something like Bitcoin, only you own a portion of it. And you're not going to hang on to it for a certain amount. You're going to sell it. You're going to follow the market trends. If it drops, you're going to get rid of it. Or you'll wait till it climbs and then you'll get rid of it. So there's no comparison between the Bitcoin and the TBC coin. That is a given. TBC coin will never, ever, ever reach the stock exchange or the markets. It will never, ever drop in value. And this is the concept that people can't get into their heads about the Bitcoin, the TBC coin. Only those that can see only those that see the vision of what the coin is all about knows how powerful this TBC coin is. Now, to get this coin out there, we can do what I'm doing right now, live broadcasts, okay? But who's going to come and listen to me? A tiny percentage of the world population, because right now I'm on the world stage. So only a tiny percentage of the world's population will hear my voice. But to hear my voice, they've got to come to me. They don't even know me. So how do I get my voice out there in the world arena? Remember, we have a membership of 3,200,000 plus. We have live broadcasters of 48. I would say we have about, out of those 48, consistent live broadcasters, about 12. I'm probably going to get shut down by those stats, but I don't know. I think I might be pretty close to that target. Consistent. These are broadcasters that go daily, live daily, every day, at least 6 days a week. They probably have Sundays off, church day, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, how do we get my voice out to the wider public arena? Well, yesterday the subject was brought up. I brought the subject up, and along with Dr. Joe Stevens, we discussed it after and during his show today. We discussed it further, and then even after his show, we discussed it further. So now I'm putting it back on the table. This is a powerhouse coin. This coin will eclipse all other coins created because of the value. The value is what the value is the uniqueness about this coin. Now, I don't know if all of you will agree with me on that. But the value on all cryptocurrencies today is you really don't want to go there, because it is up. Today it will be up, tomorrow you would have lost, it would be down. They go up and down just like that, and the value goes up and down. So tomorrow I could collect 100,000 on a Bitcoin, and the next day I could lose 100,000 on the Bitcoin. So you do not want to touch that coin. A lot of people have, and it's sad to say, but a lot of people have also lost their livelihood. But this currency, TBC, the billion coin, this is beyond, I'm sorry, but this is a powerhouse coin that cannot be touched. So in our earlier conversations, we were discussing about a think tank team on how to approach businesses about the idea of using the TBC coin. We came up with some brilliant ideas. But first of all, we have to get started. I'll just say, okay. Now, having a look at the chat room. Hello, Dazza. Welcome to my live broadcast this afternoon. You're absolutely right, Joe. Because of the shipping lanes. I didn't know they had shipping lanes back in that day, but definitely. And as I said, teamwork needs to happen. Everyone needs to take their part in making this be brought all across the world. Absolutely. Absolutely. One thing I did do after your training, Joe, is I went straight into training and helped set up a live broadcast. I previously had done the steps on how to set up a live broadcast because one gentleman wanted to do it, but he didn't know how to get around YouTube. So I just referred him to my training video and sent him the link, and he was really happy to go. That tells me we still have those challenges. And I will always help somebody who asks for help. But I can't stay there. Where I need to focus is way up here. Not here, right up here, no, but here. Because that is where the driving force is. The driving force to get TBC coin right out there. So, and with this, I mean, I can only introduce, I can only just introduce a portion of what I know, of the knowledge I know. Somebody else in the think tank may see it from another area. I mean, we're talking about the corporate world. How do you approach the corporate world to take on our TBC coin? I've never been in that situation. So I'd love to know how to do it. There's all different kinds of corporate worlds and all different stages. Or what do you do? Go straight to the top? Or do you start right from the bottom and work yourself out? Actually, if you start at the bottom, you'd be too tired by the time you get to the top, so go straight to the top. But in what aspect do we tackle the corporate world? How and where? Because you've got the motorized, motorized one, the vehicles, all the cars. You've got housing. You've got power. You've got shipping, etc. It's huge. Where do you start? The list is endless. And which country would you take on first? Would you take on a country or would you take on a corporation? Because corporations are worldwide. So would you take on a country, a little country, a Western country, a third world country? Or would you just start? I think we're going to have some interesting topics in front of us. And I know we're going to be starting this think tank very, very soon. Because we have builders amongst us. Yes, we're trying to build alone, but alone takes a long time. So bring those smart people together at a table. In our case, it's probably on Zoom or Skype. Bring those very, very intelligent people together and seek what we can bring collectively to the table. Now, I mean, I am ready to go with any idea. A couple of posts that's in the chat room. Bitcoin Scott. Hi, Bitcoin Scott. Nice to see you here. Has said, by getting an appointment to meet with the board members to show the benefits of the Billion coin. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, I just thought of somebody in shipping. Okay. Why didn't I think of him? Okay. Chokotai Williams. Yes, Sister Sharon. We must take our coin out to the public, the government, the council. Yes. And who's the leader of Auckland City Council right now? I forgot. List. Dr. Joe Stevens says, list, approach, show, sell, offer. Lasso. I like that. Jules can approach our Māori king. Ah, damn it. I was going to say that one. And why not? I know we have members directly involved with who are related in one way or another to kingdoms throughout the Pacific, our Polynesian Pacific. We tap into those people. Dazza, look at companies that are in need of help. Dazza, me and you must have been watching a movie where, now this is how they do it. High corporate companies go out and buy small companies that are about to go under, turn it around, and then flip them off. But anyway, Bitcoin Scott goes straight to the CEO. Absolutely, I agree. So we have a think tank going on right now. It's what am I the words I'm looking for? When you sit down around a board, it goes around the table of ideas. Okay. Now I've been around the table many a times in board meetings, and it's actually quite funny to listen to sometimes. Now that's me coming from I didn't have the title. Okay. And mine was in mining. I didn't have the title of every other manager on this board meeting. What I did have over them was the stats that I needed, the owner of the mining camp was waiting for. So that's how I got them to deliver on time every day, even though they were stressing out because they could never give me the numbers. But yes, let's sit down and get this think tank going. We need to get this think tank going because it is difficult when you're trying to get the TBC coin out in the public arena. It's harder. I have a lot of difficulty trying to introduce the TBC coin to the Aboriginal, the Indigenous people of Australia. The TBC coin, introduce it to them. Now, I only know what's going on in Perth, and I really only know what's going in my local area because there is one tribe that has the whole of WA. And this is the difficulty part because within the Aboriginal hierarchy, and to talk and to talk to them, to coin to them, unless you're on the lens, they're fine. They will go, they will talk amongst themselves. But usually from the highest to speak to anyone. So even there, Nothing is impossible, people. Never ever say it's impossible. Not. Because there are a lot of people that want to know, or honestly, there are a lot of people out there praying for a miracle. They don't know about this coin. It's up to us to introduce them to this coin. I was going to say poverty. But when I really looked into it, there are different levels of. So we have people who are starving, yeah, that's in homes. And when you see the people that are really, those babies that are starving, we only see on TV, unless you are, and you see them, and the land is barren. I think is the right up there, highest level of poverty that that we need to do this. On Monday, I'm going to walk into the Aboriginal Centre, thank goodness for centres, and see if I can arrange a meeting with anybody who will listen to me. I'll start at the top and then see what happens. But really, when you walk into a centre, you're walking into a business, and that's fine. But, oh, right, go introduce it to other businesses. But you see, that's a business. We still need to get to the people. But I'm sure I'll be able to find out through them who to talk to. Or there's got to be another avenue as well. So going back to my chat room, what have we got? Start talking to your community leaders, and then once those community leaders come on in, then you go into those big corporations. Thank you, Bitcoin Scott. Kyokatai Williams says, who can write a proposal for us? Yes. Or get the government involved into our coin. All we need is what? All we need is, whether it's in Australia or New Zealand, Nanaya Mahuta. She is a very approachable woman. She was going to help me at one stage when I was in Auckland, but it wasn't for me. It was for an uncle who was in dire need. Dr. Joe Stevens, I think community leaders will see this differently than someone in business community. Two different, totally. You're looking at it through two different sets of eyes. One's corporate, business, and the other one is a man, woman, or child. Two different sets of eyes. Would be good when organising groups of people, but corporations are better for business. Totally agree, Joe. Bitcoin Scott, okay, he's asking Dr. Joe Stevens, has he finished his PowerPoint? I have no idea. But we will discuss that after this. Oh, the answer is not yet. So just out of these few broadcasts, ideas are coming thick and fast. People, thick and fast. So if you have got something to bring to this think tank, remember, we've got the top 10 up here. We don't want to go there. We want just below, okay? Because as builders, the idea is to build big. I know I've gone way over my time frame. Way over. Okay, Bitcoin Scott and Dr. Joe are having a conversation of their own at the moment, so that's cool. Now, like I said, at the beginning of this presentation, I named it Hello from the Other Side. Adele, powerful woman, powerful voice. TBC, the $1 billion coin. Powerhouse coin. We are going to bring it. It's already out there, but only a few know the power of this coin. So I'm excited about this because I've been, I've been in it for a year, and you look at it when you attend live broadcasts like today, when something evolves, something new happens, you get excited. I'm getting excited not for me, but for the many that don't know about this coin. The possibilities are endless when we start doing business. I mean, big business. Yes, the coin today has brought wealth to a lot of people. It has brought housing to a lot of people. It has brought vehicles to a lot of people, and it has brought a lot of sundry items to a lot of people as well. But on a global scale, in a business sense, man, that's different. That is totally different. Because there is no comparison with this coin on a global scale today. Right now, there's no comparison. We have the blockchain technology. Asked me the other day, she said, oh, what about the banks? I had to remind her that she was the banker. Her TBC web wallet was its own official bank. There's no fees involved. There's no taxes involved. There's not even a government involved. It's a standalone bank account held by her. And me, and all of yous out there. I'll just go back to my chat and see how the boys are doing. That's right. That's right, Bitcoin Scott. Never ever forget that our coin is a private coin. And you can only join through a membership. You cannot join TBC, the billion coin, any other way. And it's the membership that pushes the value of our coin up. I wonder if a lot of people get that. I mean, we've said it over and over and over. Agree. This is why we are looking just under the government in terms of who we want to approach. Totally. So this, I'm excited. I think we've talked about it enough. We've got to start getting in a conversation with like-minded people and start putting something together. There's a few things we're going to need. There's a few things we're going to, or there's more than a few things. But once we start this group, the ideas are going to flow around the table or around, I've got to say table because we're all in different countries, most of us, the globe. But I think we're going to start in one country first. I don't want to say exactly if that's right, but and then see how we go. I'm just saying it. And now I can't see the chat because my phone's gone flat. And that's another thing. Somebody's got to tell me how I can bring up two screens on one screen because I forgot. So I'm excited, and no doubt Jogatai, Bitcoin Scott, Dazza, Doc Joe, myself, who did I forget? No doubt we'll get together again. And even more people to join us because we do have contacts. We do have contacts, but it's just how we go about approaching this on a corporate level. That's the interesting part. So, okay, my chat room people, we have troubleshoot this hard. We need their support too. Yes, we can. Okay, Dazza said, I am attending a meeting next Thursday that is looking at bringing a multi-billion-dollar opportunity here to Australia. I believe that the TBC could be the key to get it started faster. Dazza, you need to do a live broadcast. I think the ball has started to roll, people. I think so. The ideas are flowing thick and fast. Now, we have to fine-tune. It's always the little things that hold us up, but that's fine because we know the way forward. We know why we are doing this. We have our ultimate goal why we are doing this. What do you call it? Gosh, I got to write these things down. I can never remember them off the top of my head. Oh, okay, Bitcoin Scott, thank you. He's just told me how to open two screens on one screen. Okay, thank you. Now I know not to use my mobile. It always shuts itself. Okay, people, I really think I've gone past. Or do you want me to keep going? I know I've gone over way over my time frame, but I think we need to have a chat, people, away from the broadcast. So, in saying that, I think I might, because it feels like I'm talking to myself. I know I'm not. I know I have help. And these lovely people here. I'm actually going to say, okay, they're busy talking to themselves again. Okay, Dr. Joe Stevens said, keep going. So, we have our think tank. We have people that have connections. It may be something that is going to happen very soon. So they're going to approach the business with our TBC. Also, I just realised that I do know somebody, and actually I know two people in the shipping company. So we need, okay. Yes. I'm having a blank moment because I'm busy thinking about the shipping company thing. I will get it together in my head. But really, all we need is one corporate business to take this on, to take our TBC coin on as payment for goods for services. Just one. And then that will set the precedence for all the other corporate businesses or corporate companies around the world to join. And telco is a worldwide one. Shipping is a worldwide one. There's lots. There's lots. When you think about it, energy is a worldwide one. All these main look around your house. You need power. The internet. You need the internet. Healthcare. Healthcare. Another major corporate worldwide. Let's go and tackle those. Blimey, what is that company? What's the ones that, medication? I forgot. Healthcare. What else? Just looking around my house, I've named 3 things: power, internet, and health. I'll go back to my chat and see if the guys can help me out. Oh, thank you, Chiokai. Kyokatai. Yes, let's do a Zoom. Me looking at myself is doing nothing for me. So while the ideas are coming thick and fast, I reckon we should do Zoom now, if nobody's doing anything. My time is 5 p.m. So everybody's time must be on the hour. So say 5 minutes. Or is that too soon, guys? I totally agree. I totally agree with you, Tio Katai. All right. I think I need to leave the public arena and let's get into the think tank arena. Okay? I mean, I want to discuss our ideas, but take it away from the broadcast. We'll bring it back here soon. So I'm going to end my live broadcast. Oh my God, 1 hour. Okay. So this is Sharon Weller saying good night to you all. Now, tomorrow's Sunday. I'm not going live tomorrow unless the powers of be insist I do. So I will come back on Monday, same time, 4 p.m. Monday, with a different topic. Who knows what's going to happen when I talk to the think tank group. Sharon Weller saying good night to you all. Bye.